Hey everybody, welcome back. I'm Jacob Richards, and this is episode 4 of the step-by-step of painting the Forge World Malcador Infernus. Let's get going. Alright, so out of the gate, we're going to work on making these special effects pop with the tracks, and also that cool corroded look with what we have is the flamethrower assembly. So the first thing I want to cover is creating that nice exhaust look with my I don't know what we call it, the flamethrower. So I take some incinerated white by Life Color and take out my lovely little application of the brush, or I should say the sponge, and start stippling this color on there. The goal is not to get every bit of it with the white color, but just to create different areas of variation here and there with the white with the gray. Next up, we have Burnt Umber by Vallejo. I'm going to take that, apply that with my sponge, and basically repeat the exact same step, but creating the areas of contrast with the white. Don't cover all the white up, but you can overlap the color here and there. If it looks like I'm completely destroying this model, hang tight. Hopefully I redeem myself when I apply the next effect. Alright, the sponge part's done. Here's where it gets interesting. Now I'm going to start applying streaking rust effects by ammo. And I'm going to take this and apply it two different ways. One, I'm going to apply it in a higher concentration area, say around like the different holdings of this exhaust area, like the different lapping plate that comes over it. I'm not sure what that's called, a bracket. There you go, bracket. Around the bracket, in the recesses, and then I'm going to go around and apply it in areas where you really have the crevices that, say, a water could, or oxidation could occur as this thing is being put in use. Now, I will go back and I will blend this effect here and there, but I want to create layers of opacity by going back and forth if I have to. It looks a little funky right now, but give it some time. Once it dries, it'll really pop and look like it's an exhaust effect. Not saying this whole thing's an exhaust, but I like the idea of having this thing look like it's very heavily used. The temperature variation between it being off and on really does a number on the paint or the treatment of this metal construct they have the flame shooting out of. Now it's time to blend. A bit like when you did the oil dot rendering effect with this, the trick is to add a little bit of the thinner and just work it. And now we get ready for the light rust washed effect. This part is kind of cool. I take a brush and I flick these little dots of the rust all over the place. Now, don't worry about getting on the overall paint job of the tank itself. You're going to have a little bit of that effect here and there with some spots of the rust color as you naturally would across anywhere on the tank. But yeah, really try to concentrate on the area we just did with the other rust effects. And now you can see I took another one of my graphite sticks out. I could hit the edges. Not too much, but just want to make the contrast pop a bit with that metal sheen effect, because we did add some matte color back over our areas that were going to be heat stressed. So, and then I decided to, hey, why not hit some edges with the around the tank a bit, and yeah. Now we're going to move on to creating a dust effect. Now, first and foremost, I want to always, typically in a model, I create a 3D effect with my pigments. But since this is a gaming model, people are going to be touching it, moving it around a table. I wanted to create a less chance for error or destruction later on when this is pushed around the table. So I took out a nice flat dust color by AK's Real Color line, apply that all over the place where I would assume that dirt and grime would occur and accumulate, and then I went on the tracks too. So once those tracks were hit, I then came back with a flat black. So I take that, apply it to the tip of the exhaust, or the exhaust, the flamethrower of the tank, and I want to create that nice, good sooty effect. I build it up. You don't do too much at one time, but take your time and really build this effect up. And that nice flat black has that nice burnt look to it. Now, going from here, we're looking pretty good so far. We're in the final steps of this tank. I'm going to take another artist graphite stick out and see where I went over the tracks with that dust effect. This is where I make that track effect pop. I don't like I said earlier in a different episode, I don't like to use a metal color really on my tank treads. I did try that dry brushing on the ammo dry brush paint on it just for the heck of it, but I like this look better, at least for the effect of my tracks. So with that, we're done with this model. It's been a great little journey on this entire thing. Thanks for following along with these 4 episodes. I had a lot of fun in this tank. I have another couple series in the mind I'm going to be putting up here at some point. But until then, have a great one. Hit the like and subscribe button if you'd like to. And until next time, I'll see you later. I'm Jake Richards, and have a great day.